And the Sydney Kings, they lead it 36-14, and the Perth Wildcats copping an absolute spanking in that first quarter. Hard to find any positive sign for the Perth Wildcats throughout that first quarter, Steve Carfino.
Andrew, they look rattled.
They do.
Rattled. I mean, you can go in a quarter and not hit shots, and the Sydney Kings were burying everything, as you saw Dante Draper hitting that bank shot that he did not call. I was watching his lips. He didn't call that bank shot.
No.
Those go in. Okay, you got to weather that storm, but they look rattled. The Sydney Kings' defensive pressure was just more than they could handle.
It definitely was, Steve, and there'll be no let-up from this Sydney Kings. Brian Georgian has got this team fully primed.
Caporn with a nice drive, no call. Glenn Saville gets the rebound, and he puts it on the floor. He's got Caporn, an old teammate, against him. Did what he had to do defensively to get Glenn Saville to miss that shot off the window. Redditch puts it on the floor. Little shot. Alex Loughton is grabbed by Luke Kendall.
If the Perth Wildcats are going to make a game of it, I don't think they're just going to throw it out there and hope for some individual brilliance like this. Well, we saw this play before that with Adam Caporn just taking it on his own back and penetrating. Right now, they need to let their structure help them out a little bit. The one-on-one against this defense of the Sydney Kings is not going to get it done.
Adam Caporn just can't handle that. A little contact from the Sydney Kings. He burps it up. Nice pass to Crosswhite. Gets it to Luke Kendall, puts it on the floor. Worthington for a wide open three. Money time. Mark Worthington picking up where he left off after having a little blow.
Boy, oh boy, Steve. You cannot be more impressed with the way the Sydney Kings have gone about it. If there was any doubt about the mental fragility of this Kings lineup, it's been eradicated very, very quickly.
Still a lot of game left. Hang in there. The Perth Wildcats have been tough in down situations, and that's who you need to have the ball in the hands of. Gerald Brown hits a little turnaround jump shot. Isaiah Victor's coming out of the tunnel, apparently. No injury, just a shoe issue.
You do, Steve, but that shot went in. But once again, that was a tough shot. Very high degree of difficulty on this occasion went in. And if you have to make those shots every single time down the floor, you cannot reel in a 23-point deficit.
Andrew Gaze with the expert analysis right on the money there. Saville turns the corner off the window. 1-2 for the Sydney Kings. Glenn Saville gets into the mix. Caporn. He shoots a three. Out of rhythm. Ball goes right to Ian Crosswhite. Adam Caporn with an untimely turnover. Get some instructions from Peter Crawford to settle down.
The method's wrong, Steve. The method is wrong. I mean, it's easy sitting here on the sideline, but again, no pass offense. Leave your feet. You're going to get caught out.
Nothing here, nothing here.
Kings. Saville. He's feeling the goods. Redditch loses the ball out of bounds. The Wildcats get the ball. I don't think they realize it's theirs. Get another look. As Redditch has the ball knocked away by Ian Crosswhite.
Oh, good play.
Yeah, good play by Sean Redditch.
Steve, every single play is contested. The Wildcats are having trouble even throwing the ball in bounds.
Inline ball, inline.
Ian Crosswhite, they are contesting everything.
Play! Luke, play!
Inbounds play is a tough one again. Brown throws it in, he gets it to Loughton. Nice pass to Paul Rogers, and he's hammered by Mark Worthington. Nothing is coming easy for the Wildcats.
No, and when Paul Rogers is in there, the instruction would be, any doubt, as long as you're not in foul trouble, whack it in. Here we see another ball bobbles around, Loughton drills it in, able to get it down to Rogie. This is a beautiful game for the Sydney Kings here tonight, Steve. Just, we couldn't have wanted for any more.
Well, sometimes you're hard to work with, you know that?
Well, Steve, just call it how you see it, mate. It's beautiful.
Sydney Kings trying to... I think we've got a foul away from the ball. That one's on Luke Kendall. You're going to see your fair share of those. The Sydney Kings are setting some screens.
You know, when you get a big margin like this, you can sometimes get the benefit of the doubt from the referees a little bit more than what you normally would. And not to say that was, but the Perth Wildcats, if they're ever going to live on the edge, now's the time.
Nice pass by Brown. And, of course, Paul Rogers.
And I like what they're doing, going to the big fella the last couple of times, getting it down there to Rogie. Just got to be a bit stronger to put those up. See two guys going at it. There are no gimmies in the game tonight for the Perth Wildcats.
Jason Smith came from about 17 feet, jumped from about 10.
With a dislocated shoulder.
Like Superman. And it was his right hand that he really dropped down on him as well. And the right shoulder is the one that's troubling Jason Smith, but they're getting a little help from the Wildcats. Only 4 of 15 from the field.
Free throws.
Successful formula for Sydney. Rogers gets any kind of a shot, they crack him.
9 of 18 now, the Perth Wildcats from the free throw line.
Ball reversal by Sydney. He wants a screen. Jason Smith gets it into Wortho. Shot clock down to 3. Worthington with a fall-away jump shot is good. He can do no wrong. Shot clock winding down. He hits a fall-away.
Picture perfect for the Sydney Kings. But if you're a coach out there, just check the spacing of the Sydney Kings. Every time they get the ball, it's never crowded. They're never running into each other. And look at the defense.
Nightmare continues for the Perth Wildcats. Paul Rogers mishandles one out of bounds, and we've got a timeout charge to the Perth Wildcats. Struggling in every way. They have got to make their free throws, and we'll listen to Scott Fisher's raspy voice right now.
Start over there on the wing, and then we're strong. Let the big man come up to the middle. You're right, you said, you know, I got to come get it, but I said they letting us walk it up. So when you walk it up, you walk over here in this wing. We got 2 people here, 1 big man down, the other big man got to be here. We've been talking about it for 3 games now. So let's run this strong. We haven't did it once.
So if we brought it up here, you know, we're in it.
They got to get over on the wings. Don't get over. They're overplaying so hard, fellas. Just backdoor cut and let's run the other side.
Post them up. You don't even have to do all of that. You can just post him up, hold him off. Get him down, post him up. Defensively, get in blank here. Get up. Let's get into him a little bit.
What's that, Black?
Scott Fisher relying on his players there, and Gerald Brown stepping up with some smart advice for his players about what they need to do and how they're going to tackle it. But it's not just at the offensive end they've got their problems. When Mark Worthington's in this sort of mindset, and the entire Sydney Kings, Worthington has got 14 points. Check this, Steve. 6 of 7. His first shot was nothing but air. He's now at 85.7% from the field. 1 of 2 from the three-point line. He's got 3 assists, and just for good measure, he's gone in there for 2 rebounds.
Just good measure. He's done everything. And he did look nervous early in the game, but a couple of shots that go his way, and a nice pass to Jason Smith, but he can't connect. But those 2 shots that rolled in, boy, did that give him a wave of confidence. He's been riding ever since. Goes for the steal, Loughton. Redditch for 3, it's straight, that rims out. Good hustle by Peter Crawford.
Peter Crawford is a big part of the offense for the Perth Wildcats, and good hustle by Peter Crawford, and good officiating by the referees there. Sydney Kings ball. But Peter Crawford's only been able to get up 2 shots. He needs to see more of the ball and get him some scoring opportunities.
Worthington, no foul called, no charge. Letting them play a little bit now. Game's starting to flow a little bit more. Brown. He wants Loughton on that mismatch. Ball reversal to Peter Crawford. Good D by by Glenn Saville. Redditch out of control a little bit. Peter Crawford with a long three. Skip pass to Saville. He'll go upstairs, and the layup is good over PC. 45-17. Crawford trying to turn the corner, runs out of room. Worthington and Redditch going at it. Gerald Brown, shot clock down to 5. Brown with a floater off the glass is no good. Here comes Sidney. Skip pass to Saville. He turns the corner. Nice pass.
Ball. What?
Ian Crosswide can't get it.
The Perth Wildcats not doing themselves any favour. They've got 11 turnovers already. Sydney Kings doing a very good job of taking care of the ball. They've only got 4. Here we have Sean Redditch down low, just making a little bit of space for himself.
He clocked him in the head twice with an elbow. Worthington.
No.
Yes, he did.
No. What game are you watching, Steve?
I want to see the replay again.
I don't think he clocked him in the head.
He got him in the head. Those little cheapies count.
Well,
we can't, hey, you can't be the victim. You can't be the victim and say, oh, I'm so hard done by. He clocked him in the head twice with an elbow.
Jeez, Steve.
Good no call, and there's an air ball there. Saville gets it. Draper. Good defense by Gerald Brown. Excellent pass to Mark Worthington, and he's fouled.
We're going to have to get the stat man to go to the records as we have a look at a little push off. Not in the, that's not a flinging arm.
Okay, watch it. There's another one here too. Wait. Going away.
No, Steve. That's just good. That's just reputation of the play before. Nothing wrong with that. Good working of position by Sean Redditch down low. But let me tell you, they got their problems, Steve.
Okay, back to
Cut
the
him a
game.
slack.
It was a little distraction there for a split second. Back to the game, 46-17.
I need the stat man to just start doing some work on some records about the Perth Wildcats' lowest score in the NBL, because I don't know how they're going to score, Steve. They got 17, 6 minutes to go in the second. Get some numbers on the Perth Wildcats and
Noel has run dry for the Perth Wildcats. Worthington and Redditch. Nice pass to Kendall.
This is a clinic. Scott Fisher, he needs to play aggressive defense, and it's difficult to do that when you're in a zone, but if I was him, I might be looking at his own defense, try and change it up on the defensive end, because the Sydney Kings are picking them off.
Loughton. He shoots over the smaller Luke Kendall off the glass. They need him to step up. They need everybody to step up big time.
Loughton's got 5 points, 1 or 2 from the field, 3 or 4 from the free-throw line.
Worthington into Russell Hinder.
Oh, Russell Hinder. I can just see every Perth Wildcat fan in their house watching this just being annoyed. Definitely a foul, but it's the little cheeky little look. You come over and just a little bump here or there. They'd be fuming in their houses at home.
I can't believe this.
I can't either.
Kings going about their business. 54% from the field. 9 of 11 from the foul line.
As opposed to the Wildcats, who are 5 of 20 from the field and have got 12 turnovers and a 9 of 18 from the free throw line. An indication of how the Perth Wildcats are going on the offensive end. As a team, they only have 4 assists for the game. that there is an indication that they're trying to do everything off the dribble. They're getting very little with action away from the ball for passing opportunities.
Peter Crawford with a tough shot. That's off the mark. Luke Kendall with an impressive rebound. Gets it to Hinder. That was ugly, but it'll count for 2 anyway. No safety back for the Perth Wildcats, and the little things are starting to break down for the Wildcats. Robbins, that can't go. No answers for the Perth Wildcats. Draper, hesitation move, gets it to Jason Smith. Step back 3. It's on the wrong side of the backboard. Brown will slow it down for the Wildcats. Rogers, baseline, nowhere to go. Brown down to 5. His long-range 3 is good. The individual brilliance of Brown has been about the only thing that the Wildcats have had going for them.
And you know what? The Sydney Kings would not be that disappointed. If they're the shots they're going to have to make to get back into the game, the Sydney Kings would feel very, very comfortable about that.
Isaiah Victor for 3. Everybody's getting into the mix.
This is a shooting like... This is some spectacular shooting. 20 of 36 from the field. 55%.
Peter Crawford for 3. That's no good. Isaiah Victor pulls it down. Here comes Dante Draper. That's a block on Brad Robbins. Perth Wildcats have only scored 8 points this quarter. And Dante Draper going against Brad Robbins, both guys coming off the bench. The Kings bench has outscored the Perth Wildcats bench 17-0. First bench have a donut.
Brian Georgian, he's called a timeout. Would love to hear what he's got to say in this timeout. With things going so well, he would not want to let up. He would drive the nail in and just got that killer instinct. Relentless he has been in his endeavour, and that's reflected in the way these players have gone about it tonight. There we can see one of the great men, Ricky Grace. 2 of the all-time greatest players this league has ever seen. Andrew Vlahoff and Ricky Grace.
That's what he said.
They'd be disappointed with their Perth Wildcats tonight.
Stagger on the run on make now some through circle. All right? You got Vic on the post up. So make that hit. Dribble up, set the flare for BJ. Down screen, set that swing. Back pick the 3. All right? Look at Vic here. You don't have Vic. You got pick and roll in the 2-shooter spot. Fellas, D without fouling. And rebounds, baby. Great job. Keep going. Hey.
Here we see Isaiah Victor draining a 3 and everything going their way. Perth Wildcats, in the history of their existence, their lowest score at halftime was 25 points versus the Geelong Supercats in 1984, and in that occasion they lost by 52.
And after game 2, who would believe that the Wildcats would be going on such a drought? We're doing it so efficiently in both games. Isaiah Victor from the baseline. Isaiah Victor perfect from the field, coming off the bench for his 7 points. 3 for 3. Ben Hunt trying to generate some offense for the Wildcats. Redditch to Brown. Good closeouts by the Sydney Kings. Jeff Dowdle for a 2-point shot just inside the 3-point line. Kendall picked off by Ben Hunt. Wildcats get a stop, and now Brown on a clear out with Dante Draper on his back. He's bumped, no call. That rattles out.
Everything the Perth Wildcats do that looks rushed. They look helpless on the defense when they're on D and look so rushed on offense.
Victor, nice scoop pass to Russell Hinder. Everything going right for the Sydney Kings. 21 zip. Players off the bench. Jeff Dowdle with a long three. And on the offensive rebound, Sean Redditch is fouled. Dowdle's three's off the mark. B.J. Carter with a shove in the middle of Sean Redditch's chest. He hasn't been able to do anything tonight without the Sydney Kings giving him some physical attention. Any cut, any shot, any rebound. Perth 3 for 15 from the field this quarter.
Sean Redditch missing free throws. Oh.
Misses them both. Rogers pulls it down.
When you first, you're looking him up first.
Cam Tovey this time gets called for the personal foul.
2 forward for Hull.
Sydney Kings 10 for 12 from the free throw line. Wildcats 9 for 20.
And of those 20 attempts, as we take a look.
I'm telling you, don't throw him down. I wait when the foul's called, stop.
Yep, that's good advice there, because Sean Redditch did hook him and throw him to the ground. Perhaps a little frustration there from Sean Redditch. 4 of 10 from the free throw line. As I mentioned previously, before that, he's been very, very good from the free throw line. 15 of 17 throughout the playoffs.
Somebody's bleeding out on the floor.
He's not harming anyone. You're not doing anything wrong.
Probably B.J. Carter. And it is B.J. I think he's gone to the bench.
I think you lock him up first, and then he exaggerated by putting it down there. Right? Yeah. I was going to let it go.
Cam Tovey that was thrown to the ground. It was Cam Tovey that was thrown to the ground.
That's right.
And a timeout's been called on the floor while they wipe up the blood. Look at Brian Goorjian. Whether he's 4 down or 30 up, he's into it, isn't he? 37 up. My maths wasn't all that great. 30 plus up.
I had to write it down.
Did you work it out? Yeah, good. Yeah. Good thinking. Contrast, we have a look at Scotty Fisher.
Go with
Look at despair almost.
Run tops and we'll try to hit this guy. Okay, coming out. So hard show, so you gotta come right
I am ashamed to say that I have been in this situation that the Perth Wildcats are in. Semifinal game 3 in 1989. We were down to the Canberra Cannons by 44.
I know, that was after you beat us in the semi-finals, Steve.
Yeah. We didn't represent very well in the semis.
Same thing happened to us in the 1996 grand final against the Magic. And we lost by 38. It is a horrible, horrible feeling. That's in game 3 too. So it's not like you haven't shown that you can compete. And another miss to Sean Redditch.
Boy, what is going through his head right now?
He's confused. Oh my.
As well.
That thing is like a needle head they're trying to shoot it into.
After responding to all the mental badgery he was getting with the 2 big games, he's really had a dud one so far tonight.
Oh, this is a worry. Paul Rogers has gone down and he's grabbing his knee. As he came out to double team Dante Draper. Let's just hope it was just a clash of knees rather than a twist. Take a look at the replay. Oh, yeah. No, that's not good.
He's trying to weather the storm, but I think that Omic's going to come in.
Just hyperextending it to the side. Oh,
That's a big man on that leg too.
Let's hope he's okay.
Let's hope it's just more of a knee as Isaiah Victor misses a free throw, and not much for the Wildcat fans to cheer about, but finally Sydney do something that's wrong. He misses them both. "22 points here in the first half for the Perth Wildcats. Hommick spins to the baseline. Nice pass to Dowdle. Good cut.
Oh.
And that tried to come out.
Even that rattled around. But they're the sort of plays that can present themselves when the defense is that tight and up and in. It's been a feature of their play so far by both these teams, the way they've distributed the ball, but it's just all gone horribly wrong for the Perth Wildcats tonight.
I'm not sure if that was a tip jam or a bounce by Cam Tovey. We'll give it to Cam Tovey. And the Kings get bounces like that. Half a minute to go here until the nightmare half is over for the Wildcats. Gerald Brown burps it up. He's got a tied up ball, and let's see who the alternating possession goes to. Out of it. Gerald Brown, calm and cool as usual. Alternating possession goes to the Kings. Looked like a game of Twister. Kings with the last possession. There are actually 24.3 seconds on the game clock, so same as the shot clock pretty much. Sydney wait for the last shot. Draper. Brown on him. Pull-up jump shot for three. That's off. Perth run out of time as Jeff Dowdle misses a three-quarter court shot. Perth Wildcats with no answers. The Sydney Kings with a 61-point half. Hold a 24-point lead over the Perth Wildcats here in semifinal game 3.